eyeshadow palette from called Pulp Fantasy from Morphe. Figured I'd try it out. Alright, so let's get everything ready. I got all my trusty brushes and my adorable. I love this thing. This little giraffe hat. It's my favorite. Alright. Alright, let's get going with some of this. Gonna start with a little bit of powder. Alright, so once you get like the base layer on it, you're gonna wanna go in with a little bit of blush. I got this liquid brush from a friend. It's super cute. Okay, and less is more when it comes to this liquid blush. Less is more. Like, you barely need any just on a fingertip. Alright, and you're gonna grab some kind of brush and blend it out a little bit. Whatever you feel is the right amount for you. Just oh, that might have been too much. Oh, sorry, we're gonna blend it out later, so it's alright. Alright, whatever you feel is the best blush for you, just go for it. I think we're gonna go in for eyeshadow now. Oh my god, look at all those beautiful shades. Gorgeous. Alright, we're gonna start with the base color. Since this one is actually pretty close to my skin tone, we're gonna start with that. Just get a good amount on your brush, be very generous. Kind of just like creating a canvas for your eyelid, for your makeup. It's gonna look a little goofy at first, but you know, it's gonna get fixed along the way, so don't even worry about it. Okay, a little more than a little bit ridiculous. Makes you look very ashy, but you know, it's gonna be alright in the end. Go as high up, make sure you cover all of the area that you're wanting to cover with the real eyeshadow. And then when you're done with that, then you can go in with some color and then some liner and whatever you feel you want to do. Add gemstones. I love gemstones, actually. Although I don't have any with me today, unfortunately. Alright. Now that, we're gonna go ahead and add, ooh, dusty, the safe word color, all that glitter and those sparkles. Alright, very, very pigmented, very nice. Just going with that color, it's a nice little shimmer. Alright. Just like to cover a little bit out past my eyelid. Create a bit of a line for the wing. Once it gets out there, almost looks like it's getting rid of my lashes. Just about. Alright, now that I'm done with that shimmery base layer, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Grapevine. Or sorry, Blindfold, that's the shade. Just a little bit of a shimmer, a little bit of contrast with the bronze. I'm not the greatest at blending makeup. Oh my, I am certainly not the best at doing my makeup, but you know, I figured I'd try. I do want to get better at this, and you know, best way to do it is to try. Even if it takes you a little while. Just gotta give yourself time to practice, you know? That's all that life is practice. And trying. And now we are gonna go in, where'd it go, with a little bit of eyeliner. This is a pencil liner, so you have to be careful not to poke yourself in the eye. You can do your waterline, or you can do your waterline, or you can do your upper waterline, or you can just stick to the top of your eyelid or in the wing. Personally, I like to stick with doing a little bit of the top of the eyelid and then going in for a little bit of wing. And if I'm doing like a more edgy look, then I'll go in for the waterline. Forgetting words all day. Dang. Okay. It's a little thick. It's a little thick for sure. Also, okay, that's alright. Yeah. Alright. So I'm noticing here that this eye looks like a lot more bolder and darker than this eye. I don't think it's just the lighting. So if that's happening, then you can take some of your darker eyeshadow or lighter eyeshadow and just try to blend it in a little bit more, even if it's on top of your eyeliner, just to try and even it out a bit. It will make things so much better in the long run. This might actually be the liner that's the problem, so yeah, you just gotta... Yeah, that's better. That's a little better. Look at that. All right. Now we're gonna go in just with a little bit of mascara. Normally you could use a lash curl if you'd like. I don't have one of those. I don't like how they feel on my eyelashes, so you don't have to use those. But I know many people do. All right. Again, I am not the best at makeup. I know I'm not great at makeup, but again, you know, I do want to be a makeup influencer someday, and this is like a really great way to start, especially if you're wanting to like start and build a content or things like that, trying to get views, trying to explore what you want to do. This is a great way to start, just making videos, having some fun with it. Yeah, it may not be the greatest at first, but it's going to turn out really good in the end, I promise. Especially if you get enough practice in, which clearly I might need some. All right, so next we're going to go in with a little bit of pencil liner for your lips. All right. This one's a bit orange. I'm using it to match the bronze that's on my lips, or sorry, in my eyes. All right. Some people like to overline their lips. I don't. I like to keep my cupid's bow. Alright. Typically, if you're going to be doing lip gloss or lipstick, I would recommend putting on chapstick first. It just helps a lot with, you know, your lips feeling sticky and everything. All right, and then we have this Delancey matte lipstick. I love this stuff. Makes your lips pop. Alright, and I feel like my face is still just looking like a little dull, so I'm going to add a little bit more blush just to the streak of the nose. Okay, blend that out. And then a little along the hairline. Again, just a tad. A little goes a long way. A long, long way. And then, of course, just a dash bit more on the cheeks. Right. Oh, that might have been too much. I'm going to show you guys this in different lighting just so you can see a full look of everything. And then on top of my lip gloss, I like to go with a little bit of shine to it as well. Alright, we're still going. And next, I'm just going to add a little bit of highlighter. Alright. And you can just use this to brighten up all the spots that you still feel are looking like a little bit dull. Again, I would put those on top of the blush, all that stuff. And just like that, you are done. Alright, let's show you different lighting. Alright, this is a bit better lighting where you can see the blush and the highlighter use and the eyeshadow, the whole look. and it looks pretty good for my first time, I'd say. Alright, have a nice day.